Everybody, welcome to Matrix Live Season 10, Episode 4, which is going to be a bit of an unusual one this week because I am cold and tired. I'm in the office on a Friday at 8:30 by myself, and it has been a long week. But before I give up, I wanted to go and share something that has been going on since we launched Matrix 2.0 last week. And this has been a bit of a weird roller coaster because we obviously announced Matrix 2.0 as being implementation ready at the Matrix conference on September the 20th. And we wanted to wait until the videos from the conference were ready before yelling more loudly about it. Plus, it gave us a bit more time to work on the various implementations. And then last week we got to that point and published all the videos and said, look, the spec is still not released. However, we have implementations now that are usable for sliding sync in Synapse, native VoIP with element call, OIDC with Matrix Authentication Service, Next-Gen Auth with Matrix Authentication Service, as well as crypto that works and whose UX is increasingly invisible as we move into our brave new world of trust on first use and isolating devices which aren't verified. However, in the rush and excitement to actually tell everybody that Matrix 2.0 is something that you can really use quite effectively today, there is a small chance that we failed to ship a distribution of any kind which has this all enabled and turned on. On the Element side, there is Element Service Suite for enterprises, which has all of the features enabled in it. However, for random hackers who want to just stand up a stack and play with it, I realized there was a bit of a gap, and I was getting a huge amount of, how can I put it, enthusiastic and angry feedback from all sorts of people, some of whom who should know better, complaining that it's all very well to say that Matrix 2.0 is here, but how do I run a server? Where is the stack that should be stood up? So I've had a go at putting together a little Docker demo, imaginatively called Element Docker Demo, which stands up a Matrix 2.0 stack. And so I've been hacking on it on and off over the course of the week, and I just got it working vaguely so that folks might be able to have a play with it. Now, I hasten to add, this is not for production. This is not for running a serious commercial Matrix server. It is intended for geeks and hackers playing around, wanting a really lightweight, simple way to experiment with Matrix 2.0 without having to think very much. Honestly, it's the sort of thing that I would use with my open source hacker hat on if I just wanted to have a quick play with this and see what it feels like. So I'm going to try and show you what I've put together. It's at the moment on a private repository called Element Docker Demo, imaginatively. I'm going to go on to my favorite Dangerous Demos server, imaginatively called dangerousdemos.net. And this is a fresh checkout. So let me go and clone it from GitHub, Element HQ, Element Docker Demo. All right, and so what we have here is a Docker Compose file and a README and some templates and a couple of scripts. If we look at the README, and I'll go and open it in a browser so it looks a bit prettier, you can see that this is a minimal example of how to stand up a 2.0 stack with Element Web, cool Synapse, Mass, LiveKit for the next-gen VoIP, and you get a Postgres and an Nginx with Let's Encrypt, or Muxert for local TLS for convenience. Again, this has no support maintenance. This is not a product. This is not an official endorsed thing. This is just, for now at least, a demo of how this sort of thing could be done with Docker. So, first of all, install Docker Compose, which I do already have on that VPS. Then you run the setup script, which says, tell me what your domain is. We're going to call it dockerdemos.dangerousdemos.net, because I have a wildcard DNS certificate set up for everything on dangerousdemos.net to go to that server. I'm not going to use the local CA. I'm going to use Let's Encrypt. I'll give it my email address for Let's Encrypt, and then off it goes. So yeah, I'll give the EFF my email address, and it goes and requests a certificate for the 6 domains which it is going to set up. Now, because I've been hammering Let's Encrypt, this is going to take a few seconds because they're rate limiting me, but I will take the advantage to say what those domains are. So you get the top level domain, element, matrix, LiveKit, element call, a LiveKit integration server, and auth for mass. And if we look in the N file that this just set up, you can see the configurations here. The domain is this, and then you've got the home server mass, element web call, and the 2 LiveKit ones. And a couple of other settings here. We've got like 20 environment variables for configuring it. Then all you have to do is docker compose up. So this sets the containers going, sets a Redis going, and the mail hog. It generates your mass secrets and your synapse secrets. It sets element web and Postgres going. Sends Nginx up, synapse there, sets up, and that's it. It's live. So if I go now to, dd.dangerousdemos.net, there we go. Now I had a session earlier, which I'll clear and sign out. But that's as simple as it is. So first of all, if I go and try to sign in, it's going to want a username and password on mass, and you can see it's taken me over to auth.dd.dangerousdemos.net. So I need to set up a user. You don't have any admin interface in this. Instead, you can manually call the mass command line, which I shall do to register a user. Like this, in the right directory perhaps. So username is going to be Matthew, imaginatively, and we have this nice little command line interface that Mass gives you. I'm going to set a password so I can get in perhaps. And there we go. I'm going to add an email address, matthew@matrix.org, and then I'm going to go and actually, what did I do then? I scrolled off the screen. No, do I want to set, okay, I'll set display name of Matthew. Then I want to actually create the user. Confirm yes, and that's done. So now, if I go back here and Mass, I can say Matthew, put in a password, give it access to my account, and there we go, we're in. So obviously I can create a room here and say hello world, and it'll just be your typical encrypted matrix room. You could go and, I don't know, put an image in there or something. But more fun is that this is also got all of the LiveKit Matrix 2.0 calling set up. So I could, for instance, create a video room and say Matrix RTC calling, woohoo. Create that room, hello again, hit join, and, in theory, we should be in. Now, what I think has gone wrong here, and this was, by the way, the first time I've tried to do a full test since setting this going, is that you have to tell LiveKit what your external IP address is. The reason we do this is that if you're running it locally and there isn't any public IP, then it can't figure it out. So I reckon that bit has gone wrong. No, I do not want to enable dictation. Where is it? So in the N file. Yeah, there you go. For whatever reason, it didn't substitute in the LiveKit node IP correctly. So if I look at livekit.dd.dangerousdemos.net, then it has that IP. Put it into the N file. Now, if I kill that, Command C, set it going again. Hit refresh on this guy. Come on. join. And there we go, much more like it. So now you actually have a proper video call running. Now the LiveKit knows what its IP is. So I'll go and push a fix to whatever went wrong there in a few minutes. But that's basically what I wanted to show, that there is real hard evidence of a Matrix 2.0 stat there in the wild that you can self-host in Docker Compose for at least experimental purposes, which is showing off both the VoIP and mass, as well as Element, and it should also work with Element X and indeed any other clients out there which have got the IDC in there. So there you have it, bit of a random Matrix Live. I'll do a glossier and slightly less ad hoc video next week and publish it on YouTube to, I guess, replace the Debian install guide I did for Matrix 1.0 about 5 years ago after we shipped that. But I wanted to give a teaser for folks watching Matrix Live, because I think it's cool, particularly as it takes about 10 seconds to set up the whole stack from cold. So that's it. Can't be bothered to talk about any of the other things going on this week. There's loads and loads of stuff. Fast following launch of Element X and frantically polishing bits of Matrix RTC, which has revealed that there is an embarrassing bug in synchronizing state in Sync v2, which is being patched up with an MSC and fixed in Synapse. All sorts of other stuff going on, but I really want to go home now, so I'm going to cut it here. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for flying Matrix. Bye.